My neighbors didn't like the color of my house, so they had it painted a different color while I was out of town. Guess who ended up paying? My house has been yellow since the day it was built 15 years ago. Bright, sunny yellow. I genuinely love it. It stands out on our quiet street, and I've never had a single complaint. It's completely legal. I checked when I bought the place. Then the Millers moved in next door 2 years ago. Young couple, early 30s, seemed nice enough at first. Within a week, Hannah knocked on my door with a smile and casually asked if I'd ever considered updating my exterior color. I politely said no. Yellow was my favorite. That's when things got weird. Matt started leaving printed HOA violation notices in my mailbox. Problem was, we don't have an HOA. Never have. When I confronted him, he said he was starting one and my house would be first on the agenda. I laughed and walked away. They called the city code enforcement twice. Both times the inspector came out, looked at my house, shrugged, and told them there was nothing wrong. They called the police claiming my house was a public nuisance. The officer literally laughed and told them to stop wasting department resources. Then they tried suing me in small claims court. Their argument, my yellow house was causing them psychological distress and lowering their property value. The judge threw it out in under 5 minutes and made them pay my legal fees, $2,800. I thought that would be the end of it. They stopped talking to me completely. Our other neighbors thought they were insane. Tom across the street started joking about it at block parties. The Millers stopped coming to neighborhood events altogether. Last month I had to fly to Portland for a work conference. 2 full weeks. I asked Tom to grab my mail and keep an eye on things. I didn't mention my trip to anyone else, especially not the Millers. Day 13, Tom sent me a text with a photo. My heart dropped. It was my house. Painted gray. Flat, boring, builder grade gray. I called him immediately. He said a painting crew showed up on day 3 with a full work order, scaffolding, everything. He and another neighbor called the police, but the crew had a legitimate contract and proof of payment. The cops couldn't stop them. Tom tried talking to the foreman, but he just said, "We were hired to paint this address. We're painting this address." The crew took 4 full days to complete it. Primer, 2 coats, trim work, everything. I cut my trip short and drove straight home. Pulling onto my street felt surreal. I literally drove past my own house twice before realizing it was mine. I marched straight to the Miller's door and pounded on it. No answer. Their car was in the driveway. I know they were home. I stood there for 10 minutes knocking. Nothing. Tom came over with a folder of photos, time-stamped, everything. The crew arriving, setting up, painting, cleaning up. He even had photos of Hannah watching from her window with her arms crossed, smiling. I called a lawyer that same day. She listened to everything and started laughing. Not at me, but at how screwed the Millers were. Commissioning work on someone else's property without permission isn't just a civil issue. It's vandalism. It's fraud. It's a criminal matter. We sent a legal letter to the Millers that afternoon. Still no response. They were hiding. 2 days later, the sheriff showed up at their door. I happened to be getting my mail when I saw the whole thing. Hannah answered, saw the papers, and her face went white. Matt came to the door, read the documents, and started yelling at the deputy. Big mistake. Court was 3 weeks later. Their lawyer, some kid fresh out of law school, tried arguing they'd improved my property value, and I should be grateful. My lawyer pulled out Tom's photos, the painting company's invoice showing the Millers paid $6,000, and receipts of all their previous harassment. The judge didn't even deliberate. The Millers were ordered to restore everything within 60 days. I went home exhausted, but relieved. A week later, I noticed Hannah had planted yellow flowers in her front yard, then yellow curtains appeared in their windows, then a yellow wreath on their door. Every few days, something new and yellow showed up at their house. Tom joked that maybe she'd actually learned to like the color, but something felt off about it. The flowers were the exact same type I had. The wreath was identical to mine from 2 years ago. Yesterday, I came home from work and saw Hannah in her driveway, unloading paint cans from her car. Yellow paint, the same brand and shade as my original house. She saw me looking and waved cheerfully, then called out, "I finally understand now. You were right all along." When I didn't respond, her smile faded and she said, "You're going to invite me over soon, right? So I can see how you decorated inside?" Full story on channel linked below.